Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Howdy! Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's the In Wheel Time car show, Houston's premier car show. Keels and Wheels is 3 weeks away, and we're going to talk with promoter Gary Garnett about the highlights. Jeff is going to review our pre-owned car of the week, the 2018 Jeep Wrangler. Conrad will have his car clinic, and we'll have the stories making automotive news headlines this week. That and more coming up on today's In Wheel Time car show for Saturday, April 10th already, 2021.
Wow.
Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong, and over in the corner, Jeffrey Dziekan. You'll hear his voice occasionally, and later on in the show, he will be showing his. Why don't you show it right now? Let's see your pretty face.
Okay, let me find it.
Do you remember how to
push buttons over here?
Yeah. Do you remember how to do this?
Jeff in the corner, like he spent his middle school.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
he's used to it.
The hardest 4 years of his life was the 7th grade.
No, sixth.
Sixth grade.
Yeah, once he got
Sixth grade.
Sixth. God. Do we have Paul?
Yes, we have
Yeah,
Paul.
we have Paul.
Okay.
He hasn't left yet?
He hasn't left. If I were him, I would.
He got up twice, but he came back.
That's good. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Now let us go to Mr. Paul Rocha, and he is a Canadian. He is an auto event promoter. He is from Canada, does stuff in Canada and the United States, and also has something to do with a thing called the Mohawk Track Experience.com.
Wonder why.
Paul, it's great to have you with us. Thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday.
Morning, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Well,
So what part of Canada are you in?
I live downtown Toronto.
Downtown Toronto.
Huh.
Okay.
My wife and I honeymooned in Toronto
Did you?
42 years ago, yeah.
Beautiful place.
It is.
He wasn't even born yet. So.
Right. Yeah, we'll go with that.
And thank God he's got that Canadian sense of humor too. We like that.
Well, we've had folks on from Italy and from Sweden and from Mexico, and they are yet to really open up their car show and events and stuff
The
yet
scene.
in those countries. What's the status in Canada right now?
Well, it kind of started kicking off a little bit, but just earlier this week, the premier called another state of emergency and a stay-at-home order, and essentially everything is shut down again.
Oh, wow.
Sorry to hear that.
So we got nothing right now.
Yeah, even though you could be sitting alone in your car, even just sitting behind your car on a lawn chair talking to people as they walk by, and they're still going to...
Yep.
Well, come on down here
Control
because
your
we've
life.
got pretty much opened up down here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in honor of you guys, I have my Houston coffee cup, so come on.
Perfect.
There you go. All right.
So, Paul, what do you want to start off talking about today? I mean, obviously, as an auto event promoter, you just pretty much squashed that aspect off the sheet.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thanks for calling. We'll talk to you later. So let's talk about the Mohawk Track Experience. I briefly went online yesterday to take a look at that. Man, there's a lot of stuff on there.
Oh, yeah. So how that started, just used to put together stuff for fun, just have all the guys hang out and have a day at the track and just tear it up. And over the years, I noticed that a lot of the track events were kind of uptight and really formal and really strict. And I mean, I'm all about, rules and regulations when you're on the track, but when you're in the paddock, let's have some fun. And basically, that's how it came about. And I put on the Mohawk Track Experience, and it's essentially a track day with a party on the side. And it's hit, and it's a full house every year. If you were on the website, you saw the photos. The track is our pretty much takes the entire front straightaway, and Shelby America comes out for performance. Every year they bring out one of the cars. Last year they brought out the Mach 1 and the GT350 Heritage. The year before it was the GT500. and a lot of the race teams come out, and it's a party. And of course, with the race teams and sponsors that come out, they all donate for raffle prizes and get some pretty big prizes. Borla exhaust system last year, and it just, that's pretty much the criteria, is just to come out and have a good time and chew up your tires and go through brake pads.
Are you going to? Is the event still scheduled for this year? Or you got it on hold, or what's the status currently?
No, it's scheduled for this year. It actually went on last year as well. Unfortunately, I couldn't drive or take any of my cars up there. I had to fly in. But it's still a go this year. The border's still closed, but it should be open by August, which is when the event is, which is down. It's in Michigan during the Woodward Dream Cruise.
Where is it? Where is it in Michigan?
It's in South Haven, Michigan.
Oh,
South
yeah.
Haven.
West
Okay.
of Detroit.
So that's the track that you're talking about then.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Jeff knows where that is.
Do you guys also take part in the Dream Cruise while you're there?
Absolutely.
I was going to say, what a wonderful event. I wish I'd have gone when I was working for General Motors and had some opportunities to and didn't. Duh.
It's like Woodstock. If you remember it, then you really didn't go.
It's like cars.
We would know about that.
Yeah.
And obviously you get the humor, so you do a little bit anyway.
Yeah. Just turned 54 last week, guys.
Oh, happy
Not
birthday.
that young.
Yeah, well, yeah, you are.
It's all a matter of perspective. Let me tell you.
Relative, right?
You're the youngest on this
Right.
call.
Yeah, exactly.
So you mentioned something about your cars.
Yes.
What do you have for toys?
Well, right now, long story short, in 10 days, I take delivery of a Ken Miles Heritage Ford GT,
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
which kind of looks like the one right behind me.
Just
Nice.
happens to be, right?
Just
Yeah.
a little shameless plug. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you had also mentioned you end up last year you had some support from Shelby American. It's amazing how much support Shelby American provides the auto enthusiasts all around the country to come out to some of the events and show their latest toys, as well as just be not necessarily a sponsor, but be a reason people come to the event, is to know that Shelby American is there as well.
Oh, absolutely. Again, I've known Gary for a very long time, and when you see Gary at an event, he's there. He's giving people rides. Vince as well. They're out there giving people rides on the track. Outside of showcasing the new cars and trucks, but they're they're interacting with the people, and it makes a huge difference because it kind of breaks down those barriers of corporate president kind of thing, and the guy that's just out there having fun.
Right.
So is your event before or after the Woodward Dream Cruise?
It's the Tuesday and Wednesday before the Dreams on the Saturday.
Okay, give me the date.
This year is August 17th and 18th.
Okay.
In the heat of the summer in Michigan.
Yeah,
Yes.
Well, it's not too bad. It's not like down here.
I was going to say, the heat, 80s at the most?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it gets up there, yeah.
Yeah, it gets up there at 80. Yeah, okay.
I think a couple of years ago, we were in the mid to high 90s there, and then of course you're in your suit. And
How many people show up for the Mohawk Track Experience?
between participants and guests and whatnot, it's usually around 150.
Okay, so it's manageable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you need a Mohawk to get in?
No, but guys do wear fake ones. They think they'll get free admission if they come in with a fake.
I would have to
Mohawk.
have a fake one.
How do you have a fake one?
Look at me.
You put a broom on your head.
There you go.
Yeah. Well,
Haven't you seen the guys with the helmets?
Why don't you all ask Paul? Because obviously he
Yeah.
knows.
That's probably
Yes.
a real one.
That's a real one,
Just
isn't
look,
it?
this is a real deal, guys. Yep, no, real deal.
Yeah.
Theirs they slip on. They're like a slipper. They just kind of put over their head.
I don't even want to.
Doesn't get them any perks, though.
Not going there either.
Yeah. Okay. So if you sign up to have the Mohawk Track Experience, what do you run us through the day? What's it like?
All right. So typically around 8 a.m. we have our drivers meeting. And that usually runs until about 8:40ish. And then any of the beginners or people that aren't comfortable or have little experience, then they're instructors. I have instructors there, like pro drivers and whatnot, that'll come through the paces. And that usually runs, all of that will run until 9 a.m. And then at 9 a.m., the track goes hot. And we start off with all the pro drivers and the advanced level drivers, so that people can actually see what's going on with guys that know what they're doing out there. And every 20 minutes, the session changes. So you get over the course of the day, you get over 2 hours of track time.
Wow.
And it alternates every 20 minutes. Your lunch is included. You get an event T-shirt, which, another shameless plug. Here you go.
There you go.
You get an event shirt. You get free lunch, or lunch is included with the registration, and 2 hours of track time, and you get all of that for $180.
That's actually quite a value. 2 hours of track time for $180. That's
Plus a T-shirt.
And lunch.
And lunch.
And lunch.
Yeah.
That's right.
So if I bring my camper, can I camp on site
Absolutely.
for
Oh,
free?
and then, absolutely. You won't even need to do the Mohawk. And then all of our raffles that we have over the course of the day, all of the proceeds are donated to JDRF, which is obviously Ford's main charity. And
juvenile diabetes, correct?
That's correct. Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. So all of the proceeds of the raffle are donated there. And I also, every year I do a pink shirt for cancer research. There's a good friend of ours, Dan, who runs Cruise for a Cause. I don't know if you've heard of them or not. And so we do a pink T-shirt with the same logo on it, and all sales, not just proceeds, all sales, everything goes to the Cruise for a Cause.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Tell me about the track.
It's a fun track. It's a great beginner track because of the amount of runoff area. You mess up, you're going to go for a little ride on the grass, but there isn't a barrier there like Watkins Glen or anything like that. And it's 2.1 miles long, and straightaway is probably the one where you can dig in a little bit. And yeah, my 350R, I was probably hitting about 125 miles an hour on that backstretch.
Wow. MSR, you can get those kinds of speeds down at MSR. You can get up into the 120s, or at least.
Yeah. Well, funny you mentioned MSR. That was my one endeavor outside of Michigan back in 2018, I believe.
Camaros versus Mustangs, or Mustangs versus Camaros.
Yeah. We did Mohawk Track Experience Goes Texas by MSR.
That's where you got the Houston cut from.
That's right. Well, actually, I frequent Texas a lot. I have a lot of good friends down there. We used to run a Texas Bullet Mach 1 drag strip shootout. So every year I'd be in Texas.
Out in Baytown?
No, we ran at, I don't want to mess up the pronunciation here. Is it Palestine?
Yep.
Palestine.
Yeah.
Palestine, tomato.
Palestine.
So Paul, is this
we
is this what you do for a living? You have a day job, or is this a hobby? How does that work?
Oh, this is just for fun. I work in construction. I just do this for fun.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. So when you travel, do you generally bring your GT350R, or do you bring the GT? the Ford GT?
It depends. If we're doing the drag strips, I bring a twin turbo Bullet.
So you have more cars.
Actually, I had 10 until January, but I've knocked it down to 5.
Which 5 did you keep?
Well, I've got a Boss 302, and a couple of bullets.
Couple of bullets. Okay.
Yes, 2. One is a road race Bullet, and one is a twin turbo Bullet. And then with the other group I'm involved with, which is Hoondog Events, we have a couple of prototypes that we've managed to secure and salvage from the crusher from Ford, one of which is the Boss 302 prototype from 2011, and the other is the 2008 Bullet prototype.
Oh, wow. So you've got connections with inside the Blue Oval to get access to those cars.
Perhaps, yes. Well, I heard you mention one of your guests later today being Jim Owens. It's like I'll have to send him a text and say, have fun there in real time.
Well, I want to go off script here for just a second and ask you, do you ever watch Heavy Rescue 401?
Yes.
Okay. Do you travel the 401?
Every single day.
Every day.
Oh, really? Wow.
Have you ever gotten caught up in any of those nightmare backups from a freeway shutdown?
Oh, yeah. Just got one well, it was this week. It wasn't on the 401. It was on the one of the other freeways, and 2 lanes were blocked. And it's like, I hope you got coffee, and because you're gonna be there a while.
Wow.
Do you know any of those big heavy-duty wrecker guys?
Not the ones on that show, no. I got another friend of mine that does that, but he hasn't started them yet for the show.
Gotcha. Well, I just thought I'd go off script a little bit and live through you about, you guys have some really weird weather up there. Can I just say that?
Oh, yeah.
And we don't have weird weather in Houston.
No, it ain't like that.
It didn't get cold earlier this now, did it?
Yeah.
Snowmageddon. Yeah, we
and
did.
you guys were probably just laughing. Oh, that's just another Tuesday for us.
Paul shovels his driveway. Shovels his driveway wearing shorts.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's a real pleasure to talk to you, Paul, and thanks so much. Hey, next time you're in Texas, give us a holler.
Absolutely.
That's what we say here in Texas. Give us a holler. Did you like that?
All right. Well, there's only Nope. I got it.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Yeah, we appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Paul Rocha, Mohawk Track Experience. Look it up.
And if you're going,
it's really a nice-looking website too.
And if you're going to the Woodward Dream Cruise and you want to get a little track time in, boy, I'll tell you, $180 for a couple hours of track time's a real value price.
Yeah, well, if you find yourself up in Michigan on August the 17th and 18th.
Yep, well, that's why you would be going to the Woodward Dream Cruise.
South Haven, Michigan. Is it Haven?
Mm-hmm. Haven.
Yeah. Haven.
Haven. Palestine. Palestine.
But is it Haven?
Haven. It's like Maven.
Okay. Great.
Take it from our Detroit boy.
Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for the racing calendar. And last week was a fun time at Houston Motorsports Park. Sorry you didn't make it. Or if you did, you had a good time because it was a great event. Racing got underway at 6 o'clock. We were turning off the lights and going out the door at 9:30. Now, that's the way to run a race. That's the way to do it.
I heard you guys had relatively full fields as well.
Yes. Yeah, except for the trucks, which was kind of weird. I mean, it certainly was a race. I don't know, 8 of them or 10 of them or whatever the case may be. But the rest of them, oh, my gosh. And they had a full field of Eco Stocks.
I saw the Eco Stocks, and the guy in the little white Cavalier won it all. But there was a white Oldsmobile Cutlass driving around there.
There was.
I don't know if he was any good or not, but you know me. I'm going to root for
And there were a lot of newbies in the in the Eco Stock class, and that was fun, too, because, you know, you could see the fans in the stands just for them, and it looked like, you know, some 75-year-old woman was in one of the brown Oldsmobiles or something and really hadn't nailed it to the floor or anything like that.
You were speed,
Shut up.
Don't even
go there. I knew you were going to go there. Let's do the racing calendar.
Well, tonight is Martinsville. Saturday night, NASCAR Cup is going to be in Martinsville, and that's always a fun race because the short track races is when they start pushing each other around, and then after the race, it's when it's a boxing match.
Pretty much.
Usually somebody's always throwing a punch or something.
Yep.
And then next weekend they'll be at Richmond, and then Talladega after that. Circuit of the Americas here in Texas is going to be May 23rd out in Austin. IndyCars start next weekend at the Barber Motorsports Park. And then NHRA next weekend, the Four-Wide Nationals in Las Vegas. And the return of Formula One, their second race is going to be in Romania on the 18th, and then the Spanish Grand Prix on the 9th. And then we have, what are we back to, the 28th? When are we back at Motorsports?
Houston Motorsports Park. The next one is May 29th is race day. Between then and now, there's going to be a race at Mobile International Raceway for the Gulf Coast Racing Series. That's May 1st. So, at any rate, there's plenty of racing if you're into racing. But I'll tell you what, Gina really puts on a great show out there. And it moves along. You don't have to, an hour waiting for some wreck to be cleared or.
Well, she understands what the fans want to see.
Bingo.
And if you understand that and you deliver to the fans what they want to see, that's what makes it a great event.
And speaking of racing, this weekend is a regional race out at the Baytown place. Yes, down there in Baytown, Houston Raceway Park.
Divisional NHRA.
Divisional is this weekend down there. But the big race coming up for NHRA is going to be the 34th Annual Mopar Express Lane NHRA Spring Nationals presented by Pennzoil, scheduled for May 21st through the 23rd. We will be there on the 22nd, broadcasting from there. And we invite you to stop by and say hello. But get your tickets now because they're on sale.
And then next Saturday at the Waller County Fairgrounds, the 7th Annual Demolition Derby.
Awesome.
Oh, how fun. Where is that?
Waller County Fairgrounds up just south of Hempstead.
Yeah.
So
how fun.
If you've never been to a demolition derby.
Seen them on TV. They look like a blast. They really look like a blast.
Well, you said, what was the one that had the figure 8 track? Was that Meyer?
Meyer Speedway had a figure 8 track.
Which is borders on a demolition derby.
Those are fun to watch, too.
Yeah. You want to get killed on a figure 8 track, that's a place to do it.
Or you just go right here to Beltway 8.
There's that. All right, time now for this hour's pre-owned car of the week.
Yippee.
Jeff Dziekan talks about the Jeep Wrangler. Jeffrey?
Yes, I do. And I want to thank the Emmons Autoplex for allowing me to get on their property and walk around a little bit and check out their inventory to find this Jeep. It is a 2018 Jeep Wrangler. Trim levels available for these Jeeps. And on the Wrangler, the small, the two-door is what we're looking at. You have the Unlimited, you have the Sahara, the Rubicon, Sports, Sports S, and the Wrangler is what we're looking at. Now, the Wrangler, it's a 4-seater. They say you can put 5 passengers in it, but it is actually a 4-seater. Now, I'm going to run through this because, with the exterior changes that we talk about, if you go to your local Jeep outfitter, you will have all the accessories you need. So this shot that you're looking at is just a plain Jane 2-door off-the-lot type vehicle. But as you know, when you see them on the streets, and all you Jeepsters out there know what you can do to these vehicles. They're just an unlimited supply. Notice unlimited, that was one of the models, for the Wrangler. Creature comforts on the inside. You can have the minimalistic portions of it. I just lost headphone.
Okay. You're fine.
You're okay.
We can hear you. Continue on.
The minimalistic all the way up to leather seating and so on. So you can get carpet, no carpet, hard top, soft top, and things like that. So it is what you want to put into it. The vehicles are really neat. It is a good value. It's a 3.6-liter V6 4-wheel drive. It does have you can get an available 4-cylinder turbo. That is available. What you're looking at there is the 6-cylinder. Variable timing, dual overhead cam. You got 285 horsepower at 6,400 RPM. On the torque side, you got 260 at 4,800 RPM. So it's a stout little vehicle. 6-speed manual transmission. You can get an automatic, but why? 17 city.
No, it's true. I mean, it's a Jeep. Why would you get an automatic in a Jeep?
Exactly. 17 city, 23 highway, 19 combined with an 18.6 gallon fuel tank. It's got the traction control. It's got everything a regular truck or sedan would have so far as the ride and handling. It's what you put into it. Again, traction control, vented discs, tight turning radius, and so on. 265, 75, 17s that you're riding on from the factory, from the dealership, but you can't add on to that.
Oh, gosh, that's generally where people start is fenders and tires.
Exactly. And then what you can put on it is your limitations. 23,000 to 50,000, depending on, that's the cost or the pricing, depending on miles and conditions. And there you have a little view of the history of the Jeep logo and the Jeep styling. Now, Conrad, a few weeks ago or last week indicated, hey, how about some recalls? How is this vehicle tested in the market, and do people really have a good value when they buy it? The Jeep Wrangler, over the period of time since 2018, has had 11 recalls. There's been 4 investigations with 1,203 complaints. Now, the complaints vary anything from airbags to electrical, suspension, fuel system, and brakes. So those are just some of the things of the 1,203.
And a few Karens in there.
And a few Karens in there. There you go. So, and with the logo, we talk about logos a lot. The word Jeep was registered as a trademark in 1963. With or without a logo of any sort of emblem, the Jeep logo type has been constant for decades on vehicles produced by Kaiser Jeep Corporation. So that's where it all originated from. The Jeep logo depicts the bonnet of a car surrounded by 2 rounded figures on each side that signify the headlights.
Do we not have the logo there, Mr. Mars?
Well, we had a variation of the years as you were walking by, so we kind of missed that.
All right.
The vertical lines typify the grills between these headlights. The Jeep logo type is always positioned above the bonnet emblem. There you go. He's looking for it. The dark green color of the Jeep logo represents uniqueness, originality, prosperity, and growth, whereas the white color stands for charm, elegance, and the iconic brand, sort of like me.
You know what? I am so glad that you're running video these days and not Mars, because
well, I'm getting a little help over here.
While you were trying to do the split screen, I was trying to help, but it was a long
No, you were
reach.
trying to do the single screen.
They're both.
Anyway, I was getting some help.
They're both touching my screen.
Exactly.
Here,
Okay.
please take it back. Get it away from him.
You'll need an ointment to clean it up.
Oh.
Word of the day.
The word of the
ding,
day.
the word of the day.
We're going to try to remember to do a word of the day, and today's word of the day is ointment. We don't know where that
Is that what that means?
That's what that means. That's
So
the word
what
of
we're
the
going
day.
to do in the future is we're going to go through the show, and you listeners can tell us what the word of the day is in the last hour and win a prize.
Well, suggest words
Really,
of the
what
day.
prize would that be?
We'll say their name on the air.
Cheapo. God.
Or send suggestions of words of the day.
You could do that.
Gosh, no.
Send them to
That'll create
Jeff
more
at
problems.
InWheelTime.com.
There you
Hey, the
go.
In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Or, yes, I was going to say IWT.com, but InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcasts, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Amazon, and Podcast Addict, among others. Your favorite podcast channel. You could download us there. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break.
The Tailpipes and Tacos monthly cruise-in has become so popular you'll be able to attend at more locations. Enjoy fabulous Houston car culture at any of the 4 participating Lupe Tortilla Tex-Mex restaurants. Tailpipes and Tacos will be held in Tomball at Highway 249 near 2978, Bay Area Boulevard near the Gulf Freeway in Webster, the Grand Parkway just south of I-10 and Katy, and the Kirby location off the Southwest Freeway. Tailpipes and Tacos is the place to enjoy made-to-order breakfast tacos, fresh coffee, and awesome cars. Mark your calendar for Saturday, April 17th for the next Tailpipes and Tacos at one of the 4 participating Lupe Tortilla Mexican restaurants, 8 to 11 a.m. Tailpipes and Tacos is free and everyone is invited. See collector cars, hot rods, customs, originals, and resto mods. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in this friends and family event. Start your Saturday off right at Houston's hottest cruise in. Tailpipes and Tacos, April 17th, 8 to 11 a.m. Participating Lupes are located in Tomball, Katy, West University, and Clear Lake. April 17th, In Real Time will be broadcasting from the West University location on the Southwest Freeway, weather permitting.
Is your business or company looking to stand out in a crowded advertising market? Looking to reach the real auto enthusiast? Well, you found it. You're listening or watching In Wheel Time, and so are your fellow enthusiasts. The In Wheel Time Car Show now reaches 500,000. And we can put together a marketing plan that will engage them in your product, business, or service. To get the tires rolling, just shoot us an email to our marketing director, Jeff Dziekan. His address... If you're in charge of your company's small, medium, or large business anywhere in the U.S., let the On Hold Company help you retain customers and promote your business on your telephone system. Promote special sales or company info when placed on hold. The On Hold Company provides custom on-hold messages with professional male or female voices, licensed background music with no long-term contract, no monthly recurring bill, and updates your messages as needed. Call the On Hold Company at 713-223-HOLD or go to onhold.net. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.